back to Old Man Dakks. It's been a while, but I've been working on a huge project over here in, if you can tell by the name of the video, this is going to be the AFK farm, and it is mega. So we'll get right into it. It's probably going to be a long one. Maybe not, we'll see. But anyway, I'll go over all the farms and how we went about doing this. So here we are. So let's we'll start off. We'll head up top, and I think I took some pictures, so we'll insert some pictures here if I got them, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows. And there's lots of videos out there on how to do guardian farms. So this has taken me about a month, and I went to a couple of ocean monuments around. I had some sponge, and if you notice by my attire, I do need to fix myself back up. I did die a couple of times I think it was last weekend. Anyway, I ended up losing all of the sponges. That's what's taken this video a little bit longer, because I didn't want to go back and get more. So the whole back end of it, I had no sponges. I had to use the sand method. And but anyway, we got it all drained out, and we got all the tubes for a guardian farm. Did a little bit of decorating here on the top. That's just decoration. You don't need to do none of that. But it does rain here quite often, and I get lightning, so I figured I'd have the lightning rods up here just for dramatic effect, I guess. And yeah, so here we go. We'll start from we'll start here on the right side, and we'll work our way around, and we'll go over each of the farms and what they do and how they work. So we got the AFK chicken farm. So you got a hopper going into a chest, and just to show you that they work really well. And you just put a half slab on there, a dispenser with a hopper, so you put in just a glass, doesn't have to be glass, I like glass so I can see them, but you put a tube and you get a bunch of chickens in there. However you get them in there is up to you. You can either grab some eggs, or you can lure some chickens over with some seeds, however you get them in there. Then you just need two, then you breed them, and you get a bunch in there. I don't know how many I have in there, a bunch. And when they lay their eggs, the observer is actually facing upwards onto this comparator, so it senses when one egg goes in there, and it sends the signal to shoot the one egg. And every now and then they grow up like that, and they die, and it goes into here. So simple little chicken farm. Like I said, the main part of the farm is the guardian, and I've identified all of the spawn spots, and they have one piece of water, so they just spawn there, then they fall and they go down and they die. Alright, next to the chicken farm, we've got a dripstone farm, which doesn't really work that well. I'm going to probably change this one up, because every once in a while one drops here, and then these ones here don't break. So anyways, I wouldn't go with this design. I just built this just because someone on the realm was looking for some dripstone. So, and it does work every once in a while. Things will come down here, and then it'll go and just push those. But the circuit that I was running, if you look back here, you can't run the one that's right in front of the observer, because the piston will just keep going back and forth and back and forth, and it'll just never ever stop, which I didn't want to do, so that's why it's in one. But anyway, we'll come back to that one and fix it up. Next we have just a regular old cactus farm. So cactus is up, and then you have your iron bars, window panes, whatever you want to put up there, fence posts, just so that when the cactus grows up you can't have anything beside it. And as you can see, this one works really well too. We'll go around the back. I took the iron golem out of here because there wasn't really getting a lot of slime spawning back here. At the beginning there was, but once I put the farms and all that up and I took up a lot of the space, they really stopped. So I might fill this one back in and put another farm back here. We'll see. Another piece of the Guardian, another piece of the Guardian, and then we have the Sweet Berry. So I did try this on mud. I guess you can't put it on mud because the foxes actually dig the dirt to get the sweet berries. So as you can see, this one works too. It's just got a hopper thing underneath, hopper minecart. And then we'll come down the middle here. We got, what's this one, the pumpkin. The pumpkin and the melon look the same, so there's the pumpkin one. So the observer looks at the stem. Whenever a pumpkin grows, say it goes to this side, the tip of this stem tilts that way there, see? So it went this way actually, but just the tip of that tilt over, and the observer sees that, and then it activates the pistons, which breaks the pumpkin. And then next to that we have just a regular old, just an egg farm. This one's really, really good. So I may have to eliminate some chickens because I'm already full, but we'll see. And then next to that we got the bee farm. And I must have run out of bottles, did I? Really close. So you got the observer looking down at the thing. So once it fills up with the honey, it will shoot a signal to the dispenser that has the shears in it, shears it, and you get your honeycombs. And if you have the bottles in it, it dispenses the bottles, which gives you honey bottles. And you really have to keep your eye on, make sure that you don't run out of bottles, because then if you do, it could break like it just did there. So I usually try and fill the dispenser right up. Like that. We'll come back and fix that later. And then might as well go up the center. So then we have the melon, which is doing really, really well. I just built that one, I think, today. And then up top here, this is just the collection system for it, but up here we made, it was supposed to be for squids, but we do have fish spawning up there because I wanted the black dye because of the Guardian farm, so for the dark prismarine. So we are getting a little bit, but we're getting more fish than we are squid, so I may end up making another squid farm. And then down this way we have the wheat farm. So we just have it on a lever. These two aren't really AFK, but I consider them kind of AFK because you got to wait for it to grow. So while I'm sitting here AFK, this is the AFK location for the Guardian farm. So that's why everything is built around this. So while I'm waiting for, or while I'm AFK at the Guardian, I might as well use time to grow the wheat. And again, it's just a simple, I'm not going to do it, but anyway, you flick that and it sends the signal as long as you don't make it over 12. It'll send a signal to here to dispense out the water. The water flushes all the wheat, the seeds down that way, then you just have to replant. And another root or whatever it's called. Again, same thing, we're standing right there. We might as well grow this stuff. It takes a little while for this stuff to sprout up. And I actually notice I'm doing red brick floor, so I need that for my floor. And I believe it's one of the nicest red blocks in the game, so we'll be making more after we do the floor here. So that was that and that. And we'll continue up to the middle. So this one here is not AFK. I think in episode 1, I went over the kelp farm, the auto tick one. So I needed a lot more bone meal for this AFK farm, so I made that. But back here we do have the AFK, so the kelp grows until it hits the observer on the inside one, and then it sends the signal down, which busts that, sends the kelp floating up, and the kelp will go into the system and turn into bone meal. Where's the composter's right there. And it's actually almost pretty empty here, right there. No, that's not too bad. So this is Not sure who's Silent, or if he did this one himself, but this is, I watched Silent Whisper's video to do the Azalea Autumn AFK tree farm, so you just flick that one right here, and it automatically does it. The only difference with this one is I didn't have as much room because of the pillars. I did get rid of one pillar that was like right here, because it was way too close for that. So we're down to 23, but the Guardian farm is like crazy good. I actually, as I was doing it, I was debating whether or not to tear down the monument, and eventually, as you can see, I decided to, but I was only going to go down a little ways, and then I was going to water stream them over into a trident killer to get 3 times the drops, but it's really not needed. Just having them gravity drop and die, you get so many. I can't even keep up. Like, I'll show you once we go downstairs. So like I said, the only difference is I made my block cube maker just a little bit smaller, just so I wouldn't have to disturb another guardian pillar, which is really no big deal. I get like 4.5 stacks with this one here, which is more than enough. Got a little bit more room back here. I could do another little small farm back here. I have 2 farms left planned, so this isn't 100% done, but it was close enough. And like I said, I haven't put a video out on my base in like a month, so I still have planned to do a snowman farm for snow and a sniffer for the new flowers, because those are AFK. You just stand there, and while you're standing there, they do their thing, right? Okay, so now we did that side and that side. Let's go down this side. So over here on this side, we have the wool farm. So we get all 16 colors of the sheep, and pretty simple, same thing. Right below this, I don't think you can see it. Maybe we can see it from down below. You can't even see it from down below. Maybe from over here. Nope. Okay, anyways, right in here below this dispenser that has shears in it, there's an observer looking at the dirt, and when the sheep eats the dirt, it's like a 1 pixel width difference, and the observer sees that, so it sends the signal out and up to shear it, and then yeah, you get free wool. So those have been running for a while. Okay, so we did the melon one already. Yeah. Oh, wow, this is actually going to be a pretty short video. This took me a month to do, and the video is going to be like so short. Anyways, then we have the automatic bamboo. So again, same thing as the kelp over there. You let the bamboo grow up, and you see that one just grew. And then eventually when it grows up, it'll go in front of one of the observers on either side, and then it just sends out the piston, and then you get free bamboo. And same thing, sugarcane, so same thing, it grows up, and eventually it'll grow up on one of the observers. You could put, if you wanted it to go a little bit more, you could do like one there and one there, I guess. But I figure each end's good enough. And then we have our dripstone lava farm. I just did a small one just to show that it's capable of doing it. Do I have any iron on me? I don't, buddy. I'm sorry. It's going to go around with it. He's been taking care of all the slime. Like I said, there was a ton of slime. I had to do 3 slime farms in here just to keep up with the amount of slime. And I was going to do one back here. But like I said, same thing. Like, since I've got so many farms in here, the slimes have really slowed down. So I'll probably just fix up this front one and go with that. Okay, we did that one. Okay, and then we have cocoa bean. Same thing. Just, man, it's a manual AFK one. You gotta wait for them to grow, so I figured we might as well throw them here. And then, oh, we got one. So this is just a mushroom farm. So you got, there's so many different things that mushrooms can grow on. I did the pod soil, and so it's just a hopper into a chest with a hopper minecart, and then you got a piston back here and an observer up here. So when either one of those mushrooms make a mushroom grow on there, the observer will see it, and then the piston will reach out, grab the block, pull it back, and break the mushroom, and it'll fall in there, and then this will come back out, and then the mushroom ends up in here. Okay, so that is it for farms that I've built. Oh, no, I got one more back here. I just built it today. I got one more piece there. I've been trying to get this all to glass. So up here, I just did it, so I gotta wait for it to grow. Like I said, it's another AFK thing. You gotta wait for vines to grow. So when I want some vines to do some mossy cobblestone or something like that, then I can just come over here, chop down a few, and then let it grow again while I'm AFK. So like I said, I have the sniffers, which I think I'm leaving this area right here. I'm gonna switch these all out for grass and put a border around it and let them play here. Alright, so let's go downstairs and I can show you what we did down there and what we have planned on to do. So right now each one of those AFK farms up there is into its own chest. So down here we got a little just a furnace cooking some stuff while we're building. That's for my floor. Here is the collection for all of the Guardian farm. As you can see, it's crazy how, and like, whoops, all of these are like just full. Like, if you do the 23, 24, whatever tubes, like, it's so backed up from me just hanging out here building that it's crazy. So we got one down there, so I'm counting magma blocks. 1, 2, 3. So the third one, this is the middle of the farm. So then we come down here. So what my plan is, right here you should see I got one right there. Hole, I gotta get some ladders, but anyways. We have these all going to the very front because I just started at the front. So I'm gonna break all these, redirect it, and I made a little room down here, and I gotta make it actually bigger. But we're gonna have the item sorter down in here, so we're gonna redirect all of this hoppers to go this way into here, and then once we get that, we are going to hook up all of the other individual farms into their closest hopper line. And then they will also be able to go into the item sorter system. Pick those up. Every once in a while, one of the guardians will drop and it won't die. So if you design this farm and you're doing it and you notice that you're not getting any more spawns, that's what I would check. Come down and check all your tubes to make sure that when they fell down, they actually died. See, there's one down there. And once you have too many, then no more will spawn in. I figured that one out there the other day. And then down at the end of this, we actually had a geode. So while we're AFKing, those grow, which was kind of a bonus. I haven't farmed it lately because I've been busy making farm after farm after farm. So yeah, like I said, that's the mega AFK farm that I've been working on for the last month. And I'm doing a snowman and a sniffer. So if there's any other AFK farms that I may have missed that I didn't think about, just leave me a comment down below, because I would like to get all of them in here if possible. I still have some room like up in the air if I need to, but I'd rather keep them on the ground. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Like I said, we're over 100 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's free. And make sure you hit the like and the share, leave some comments, and we'll see you in the next one.